Hey guys, welcome to the Meprolight workshop. So glad you're tuning in today, and no, your eyes are not deceiving you. We switched it up on you. We switched sides. So today we are talking about the Tru-Vision. It's personally one of my favorite red dots that we have at Meprolight. Before we dive too deep into that, and we're gonna get in the weeds today, I think, on it. Do me a favor, subscribe to our channel. If you have a question or comment or video idea, and let me know, and we might just do it, maybe, if it's good. So yeah, we'll see. So thank you for doing that. I'll be looking for you. But yeah, let's dive into this. So this is our Tru-Vision, and the Tru-Vision came out of a need from the IDF and some counterterrorism units over there called the YAMAM, right?
That's correct.
So tell me about the YAMAM and what they looked for in a red dot.
Yeah, so like you said, it's called the Mepro Tru-Vision here in the U.S. Overseas, they call it the O2. Effectively the exact same product, just what we sell to militaries overseas, we just call it a different name. Mm-hmm. So yes, the YAMAM came to Meprolight just a few years ago and said, hey, we need a new battle carbine optic. And it needed to have some very specific requirements. So had to have multiple brightness settings, needed to have night vision capability, also needed to have the ability to change hoods if a mission dictates. And then the biggest thing really is the height over bore. So a standard M4 optic, you're looking at 150, 153, 154. So typically we just call it 150 height over bore. These are sitting at 193. So it seems to be a trend nowadays. People are going higher with optics. You see 193s, you're seeing 226s, and some other things on Unity mounts and stuff. Honestly, a lot of brands use just a bunch of marketing jargon on why they did it. For us, it's simple. So the YAMAM is equivalent to our FBI HRT teams here in the US. So it is their top counterterrorism unit, like you said. And the main reason is how we have it set up over here. So I've got a Mepro Sting set up, which is a laser pointer. And the reality is people can talk about chin straps, they can talk about chin buckles, they can talk about more relaxed posture over the rifle. All those things are true. They all play into the ability for a shooter to get a good solid cheek weld and see the optic. But the most simplest reason is simply to get the reticle over your lights and lasers mounted at the 12 o'clock position.
Yeah. So sometimes the simplest reason is the reason. So, you know, and again, in keeping with that theme, this installs with just a simple quick detach that we have that can go over. But one of the things I really like about this red dot is the interchangeable covers. Tell us why we have different interchangeability and why that actually adds to the durability of the optic.
Yeah, so we get the question all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, why did you use polymer and why did you not use an aluminum or a metal material for the hoods? And the simple answer is that anyone who's carried a plate carrier with metal mags or plastic mags, specifically metal, when metal on metal in the woods out in the environment, sounds like metal on metal. If you're in the woods and there's an old adage, you know, what does a zipper sound like in the woods? It sounds like a zipper. Mm-hmm. So in order to kind of combat that, polymer is more forgiving, it's more flexible, it takes a bump better, it is quieter. So those are all reasons that we went with polymer. So for the case of the YAMAM, they actually, and we don't have one here in the US, they have an extended hood because they had some specific requirements for us. So they do have versions that are standard Tru-Visions. You'll see them if you're keeping up with what's going on over there in Israel right now. You'll see Tru-Visions pretty prevalent on battle rifles over there. So, and they have a couple of different configurations. But the hoods, hey, in the US, what do we love to do? Guys came back from World War II, they came back from Vietnam, the chopper phase, right? And they like to make them their own. Nowadays, you got ARs, we got Glock platforms. Everyone just wants to make it their own. Yep. So we have interchangeable hoods. So we've got a OD green, olive drab green there. We've got a black one here. We also have flat dark earth. It swaps out very easily with 4 screws. They are available on our website. And people will say, well, man, if I'm going to replace my hood, and I can just take it off, like how or why, what does it do to the optic? And the answer is it does nothing. So probably be a good idea for us to throw a video together on how to swap them out. But if you understand how a lot of new precision rifles work with micro chassis and things of that nature, we do the same thing. So all of our electronics, and we can show it at a later time, is completely sealed up underneath. So this went through complete MIL-SPEC A10 rating. So dust, water, fog, environmentals, ice, passed all of those tests with flying colors.
So personally, I love customizing my guns. I love to rattle can, just give me a couple cans of spray paint, maybe a stencil or two, maybe one day I can afford a Cerakote job. The black hood makes it easy just to have it on there, spray paint it or Cerakote it, you have everything taped up and you're good to go. But tell me about the different reticle options that we currently have and what may be coming down the road.
Yeah, so currently we run a 2 MOA red dot. That's what's in all of the Tru-Visions that you'll find right now. It works really well with our new MMX3, MMX4. I prefer a single dot when running a magnifier behind it. It just keeps it simple and doesn't blow out the outer ring. But we tell you guys at home, just keep an eye out for the next few months, probably the next 3 months. You may see a different reticle for the Tru-Vision. So we're super excited about it. There is a need for a speed ring style, so just don't think that it's going to be just a dot with an outer circle. Look for something else, but stay tuned, and hopefully you guys will like it as much as we do.
All right, so you got your Tru-Visions, and I see a lot of buttons and wires and stuff. Tell me about what all this does.
Yeah, so we got to keep in mind that this was designed from a military requirement or a security requirement. The Imam doesn't belong to the IDF, they're a part of the security forces. So yes, you're 100% correct. So we're looking, if you look at our Pro V2, we have 16 brightness settings there. That transfers over to our Tru-Vision. So we have 12 daytime brightness settings, and we have 4 specific night vision settings, which we'll get into here in a second. Some of the other features is we have an automatic brightness control. So if you look on the front of yours, right here, we've got our light sensor that takes in the ambient light and controls it. And then we also have manual brightness control as well. When you do turn the optic on, it defaults to your manual brightness at setting 8, which is right in the middle of your brightness settings. Night vision, and then we have what's called, people ask all the time, hey, does it shake awake? The answer is yes, with a caveat. So most optics, they just take a nap and then they're just shake awake. In order to preserve battery life from the Imam specific requirements is that, and the best way I can describe it, is that the optic takes a nap after 30 minutes. So after 30 minutes of no use, no movement, it takes a nap. Then there is a user selectable 4-hour or 8-hour time frame that it is on. So if you were a professional user, a military guy, if you're a law enforcement user and the optic is on your rifle in the back of the vehicle, then it's going to get moved and it's going to stay on continuously. For those that are at the range, or even an officer who comes home, puts his gun bag by the door or wherever, and then goes to sleep, after that user selectable 4 or 8-hour time frame, the optic will shut off. So if that time has elapsed, just say it's 8 hours, he wakes up, getting ready to go back on shift, he just hits the up button once, and then the optic comes back on, and then it'll start over from there.
Excellent. So with that battery saving feature, what is the battery life?
Again, we're looking at 20,000 hours or so. It does run off of and you can see it again, it is tethered, so that way you won't lose your battery cap, and it has a flat milled into it so you can tighten it down, but it runs off a single 123 battery. And then if you are confused on the orientation of installing the battery, when you look right on the front here on yours, which is green and is a little bit more visible, you can see that it actually gives you a pictogram of the orientation of the battery installation.
And we've talked about how durable and tough this optic is, even though it's polymer, but what is the warranty standing behind it?
So Mepro Guard warranty, warranted for 5 years. So if you have an issue, a problem, just let us know, and we'll get it taken care of for you.
And as always, we'll have a link to in the description where you can register your Mepro products, and that just helps us take care of you better. But just a couple weeks ago, I was shooting this, and I got it zeroed, and right now I currently have this on one of my home defense guns. What are some other options, use cases for this optic?
So so this gun that's sitting up is my personal defense gun, set up the way I run it all the time. This thing has been an absolute tank. We've dropped it. I've done a bunch, but got to go to a SOF event, a special operations event, 2 weeks ago, and we actually ran Tru-Visions with magnifiers on a machine gun. So I actually got a buddy who owns a machine gun company, asked me to come out, so we did, and man, that thing just 12,000 rounds. So we ran about 4,000 rounds, 5,000 rounds-ish through 2 different Tru-Visions. One wound up having more, and then we were able at night to transfer over to shooting through night vision. So in order to enact the night vision mode, there's an NV button, press and hold for 3 seconds. It'll click over to night vision mode, and then you can use your up and down buttons for 4 different brightness settings depending on your tube brightness and your FOM and all these other things. But all in total, we put close to 12,000 rounds through 7.62 machine gun fire through these Tru-Visions, and it is rock solid.
That's impressive. That is really impressive, and just shows to the quality and durability that these optics have. I like them. I like them a lot. Yeah, but if you want to know more about the Tru-Vision or any of the other optics that we have, just go to our website at meprolight.com and leave a comment below. And if you have a question, video ideas, we'll get you taken care of and squared away. Thanks for watching, guys.